I don't give a fuck, I'm rich.
We all know MrBeast is the titan of YouTube, and he makes, well, a lot more in a month than I've made in my entire life. With that kind of money, it's no surprise that the man spends on everything and anything, whether it's needed or not. He even loses tons of money over silly games. Let's start off the stupidly expensive things MrBeast owns with one of my favorites, 5 military tanks.
These 5 tanks are literally about to rain missiles upon this $500,000.
He literally woke up one day, thought about what to do with the millions in his account, and then an idea popped into his head. Why not buy a military tank? And after entertaining that thought and getting one, I'm sure the devil whispered in his ear, why not just buy 19 more, my guy? And bam, he bought 19 more tanks. These tanks are Sheeran M4 tanks, and he purchased them around 2023. Just like that. Meanwhile, here I am, struggling to afford a decent iPhone. After buying the 20 tanks, guess what? He used 5 of them to shoot at a pile of money. His love for tanks didn't start there though. A few years ago, on the 4th of July, he got a small tank and was driving people around in it. So when the thought came, he jumped at the chance and got 20. This purchase cost him about $1.5 million. Is it even legal to own that many tanks? While most people are building garages filled with the fanciest cars, MrBeast went ahead and filled his with 5 military tanks. Whoa, $50 million? It's not news to most of us that MrBeast owns his own neighborhood in Greenville, North Carolina. And it's not just for a petty reason. Yes, it's a little bit selfish, but mostly generous. You see, MrBeast grew up in Greenville, and not too long ago, he built a studio for himself. But the problem was that his crew lived far away. So, what was the best solution? He bought a couple of houses on a street with a few hundred homes, just so his workers could live closer and wouldn't have to commute long distances. According to research, the entire neighborhood is worth over $50 million. Again, whoa, $50 million? That's a whole lot of houses just for his employees. Now, how many people do you think work for this guy? And hey, how can I be part of them? This one, I bet you didn't know, MrBeast owns about 3 islands. Known for his extravagant stunts and generosity, MrBeast uses these private islands primarily for his YouTube challenges. These islands serve as stunning backdrops for his high-stakes competitions, where participants compete to win various prizes, including one of the islands themselves. These tropical paradises boast lush greenery, pristine beaches, and crystal clear waters, making them perfect for his extravagant YouTube spectacles. And, well, I don't think he'll be running out of coconuts anytime soon. Forgive my dry jokes. One of his most famous island giveaways occurred in a video where contestants participated in survival-style challenges to win the property. The aesthetic of these islands often reflects untouched nature, with simple structures, palm trees swaying in the wind, and vast open spaces. MrBeast acquired these islands for his content, showing that he's serious about going beyond typical YouTube videos. The cost of the islands varies, but collectively, they are estimated to be worth millions. For example, one island he gave away was valued at around $800,000, and collectively, they're estimated to be worth about $4 million. Here's another thing he gave away, not for free, but to the winner of a competition, a $2.5 million private jet. That's right. Initially, he bought 3 jets, bringing the total to $7.5 million. And in typical MrBeast fashion, he used one of them for a video where he literally crashed the jet. He launched a game where YouTubers had to hold on to the jet and make sure they didn't let go. The game lasted several hours, and after flying around his hometown, a winner finally emerged. However, the winner of the jet didn't actually keep it. Instead, another YouTuber sold it the next day, but only made $1.4 million from the sale, almost half the original value. This caused quite a stir on Twitter, with many calling MrBeast a scammer for giving away what they claimed was a fake jet. The backlash was so intense that he had to make a response video to clear things up. In addition to that, MrBeast owns a private jet that he uses to travel internationally to places like China, Japan, and even Antarctica. He got this jet for personal reasons. One day, he flew to a town and, thinking he could go unnoticed by wearing a hoodie, tried to blend in. But a kid recognized him and asked for a picture. Not long after, a crowd formed around his hotel, with people knocking on doors just to get a photo with him. That experience, where he felt overwhelmed by the swarming fans, led him to hire security and eventually purchase his private jet. Now, he uses it to avoid being mobbed at airports. But even that private jet is just pennies compared to the wall where he proudly displays his YouTube play buttons. MrBeast's massive YouTube play button collection is the largest in the world. He owns a jaw-dropping number of play buttons from his various YouTube channels. With 5 channels boasting over 10 million subscribers each, that's just the beginning. MrBeast has so many channels that even he's lost track of how many buttons he's received. He doesn't just run the 5 channels everyone knows about. There are over 20 international MrBeast channels, each with millions of subscribers. He even has several secret channels that the public hasn't discovered yet, each adding more shiny play buttons to his collection. One channel, called Don't Subscribe, ironically has over 1 million subscribers and earned him yet another play button. In total, MrBeast owns over 40 silver play buttons, about 15 gold play buttons for reaching 1 million subscribers, and 5 diamond play buttons for hitting 10 million subscribers. YouTube even gifted him a special ruby play button when he hit 100 million subscribers. Most recently, he received a 200 million subscriber play button with his logo engraved on it, making his collection even more unique. Altogether, MrBeast's play button collection is worth an estimated $1.4 million. However, for someone like MrBeast, who has built his empire around these milestones, the collection is truly priceless. Here's one of the most expensive buildings in America, and it's owned by none other than MrBeast himself, a jaw-dropping $70 million studio. This colossal facility, where MrBeast films the majority of his content, is reportedly bigger than some real airports. I'm telling you, if you took your family, extended family, in-laws, and their extended families, you'd still have enough space. MrBeast has even claimed that Hollywood studios are jealous of the massive size and modern design of his studio, which took him several years to complete. The studio is a vast space that allows MrBeast to film his epic, large-scale videos, and inside, it boasts hundreds of rooms to house his growing team of over 100 employees. These employees work across his numerous YouTube channels, including his international and secret ones. The studio is designed to accommodate the production of MrBeast's increasingly elaborate challenges and philanthropic videos, featuring state-of-the-art equipment, expansive sets, and plenty of space for innovation. It's estimated that 90% of his videos are filmed within this gigantic structure, making it the epicenter of his multi-million-dollar YouTube empire. Just when you think that's all, there's more. The outdoor spaces are equally impressive. The studio includes a vast open area where some of his most popular videos, like the Olympic Games Challenge and the 100-Day Survival Challenges, were filmed. These massive sets enable him to pull off the kind of large-scale productions that have set him apart from other YouTube creators. MrBeast has even mentioned that if he ever retires from YouTube, he could easily sell the studio to major companies like Disney or other film production studios. Given its size and cutting-edge technology, it's no wonder why movie studios would be lining up to purchase it. And that's not all. One of the next outrageously expensive things to appear in a recent MrBeast video was a fully operational grocery store. Jimmy tried to keep the details under wraps, but viewers quickly identified that the store was a Safeway supermarket. This turned out to be one of the most expensive purchases MrBeast has ever made for a video. To pull off this incredible stunt, Jimmy went all out. He bought the land, the building, and stocked the shelves with groceries. On top of that, he had to pay Safeway for the rights to purchase and use one of their actual grocery stores for the challenge. While the exact cost is unknown, one Reddit user estimated it to be at least $3 million, though the true price is likely much higher given the scale of the project. In the video, a participant spent an incredible 45 days inside the store, completely alone, selling groceries to reach a target. By the end of the challenge, the groceries sold amounted to a staggering $450,000. MrBeast didn't just stop at the stunt, he donated all of the groceries to charity. Seriously, what kind of guy is this? In 2023, MrBeast made headlines once again by purchasing 2 massive trains, the heaviest items he has ever owned, complete with their own railroad track built in the middle of nowhere. Unsurprisingly, Jimmy didn't buy these trains for typical reasons. He had far more entertaining ideas in mind. In one of his craziest stunts to date, the first train was purchased with the sole intention of being destroyed in a dramatic and thrilling way. In classic MrBeast fashion, the plan was simple. Send the train hurtling into a giant pit for no reason other than sheer entertainment. As the train came crashing down, the excitement from MrBeast and his crew was palpable, and it might have been the coolest thing they'd ever seen in their lives. I, on my end, am very sentimental. How can I pay thousands of dollars and let it go to ruin? It better make me millions of dollars in return. The sheer absurdity of this destruction was part of what made it so memorable. A perfect example of the kind of wild stunts MrBeast is known for. But the second train had an even more unique and nerve-wracking story. Just 2 months after the destruction of the first, MrBeast used the second train for a high-stakes video titled "Protect the Lamborghini and Keep It." The concept was that Blake, the contestant, had to protect a $250,000 Lamborghini from an array of escalating dangers, with the ultimate challenge being to prevent a massive train from destroying the luxury car. Sitting on the tracks, the Lamborghini faced down the train, a colossal machine weighing over 450,000 pounds. In a miraculous twist, Blake managed to save the Lamborghini from being crushed and earned the car as his prize. Alongside the Lamborghini, Blake also walked away with a bundle of cash, a reward for successfully completing the 4 challenges designed to obliterate the car. Each of MrBeast's trains cost an estimated $500,000, and the expenses didn't stop there. The custom-built railroads Jimmy constructs for these stunts are also massive undertakings. While MrBeast is known for spending millions of dollars on his content, the purchase and use of these trains are some of the most over-the-top and extravagant stunts he's ever pulled. However, knowing MrBeast, we'll likely see these gigantic trains return in future videos.